One, two, three, and four. Take your knickers off the door. Okay, sound check. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take your knickers off the floor. Plus, minus, plus. There we go. Marvin. Hi, Marvin. You want to come up and have a little chat, Marvin? Or is it too early? You're still at breakfast, maybe your time. What time have you got there? I don't know. Let's throw a little link up. If I remember this correctly, it is Control Copy. Lost it. Back to StreamYard. That might be Windows copy. And paste. Oh, that might be it. That's not it. Click that. That might work. Okay, so you're about 8:45. I got home from a big party. I'm feeling rough. Yeah, well, if you've been out all night on a ghoster and you've had a few beers, I understand that one. 8:30. 8:30, no, 8:45. 8:40. I'm fucked up with time. Time around the world takes time for me to catch up with time. So what's happening over your side of the world? I'm back up here at the my little house on the mountain, and I've had an LPG boiler or water heater delivered, and I'm waiting on piping. There's a new pipe out. Oh, well, it's not new, but they call it something like Qualplex or Flowplex. Not sure. But apparently I can do the job with push fittings and a length of copper, a copper connection to the gas bottles to the boiler, and then cold water in, hot water out, obviously. I'm just trying to catch up on all the Dimwits vids. Yeah, I saw some of that crappy. I think he's drunk. The last one he put out. I think he discovered something in his caravan, but he was going to show everybody something that he discovered that was going to be worth another 2,000 Australian dollars. But he was drunk, so. And I'm only just starting. I've only just cracked open a bottle of South Africa. So South African. I think they're all white down there, aren't they? South Africa. It's not the reason I bought it because they're white. I bought it because it was within my budget. Maybe Van will come up and have a chat. Stacy's stuck on. He's still stuck on Brian. But I was chatting with. I was in the comments this morning with on Brian's channel. I'm going to stay up here until Wednesday this week. Yeah. I've got some workmen coming along. Yeah, I can't run a monologue of talking crap. The reason why I come up here is obviously I want to chat with someone. I can't do what Stacy does and Brian does, or how's Robert used to say the CCC of idiot anyway. Yeah. So Marvin, do you when you go out on the town for the night, you go to a restaurant or do you go to a bar? What kind of a bar would it be? Would it be a clubhouse? I've got a swinging gate. The gate left open. It's swinging around in the wind. Stacy, my man, you just woke up. I saw you were earlier on. I can't remember like what time it. 5 or 10 hours ago, you were putting something up about a fishing pole. Do you reckon because Brian is going to pull in some tilapia out of those ponds he's got and pull in some fish? I mean, and the competition there would be the idiot's gone out and bought a fishing pole, and he's going to bring in a basket full of fish. That reminds me of something religious out of the Bible or something. It was the loaves and the fishes, the miracle. It was a miracle or something. And also that thing about the caravan. Um, the caravan, he reckons he found something that's going to add another 2,000 Australian dollars to it. Do you reckon I reckon he's going to plant something in there and hold it up as evidence. A typical idiot, like that's what a typical idiot would do, showing off his pretense life. Idiot. So we have 2 in the comments and 4 watching. So we have there's 2 ghosts out there. What do we call them? Lurkers. Would they be monks? I wonder. 2 people with Down syndrome. So, Stacy, you just woke. What's that? Of the monks. So, Stacy, what's for breakfast down your end of the world, or over your end of the world? There's a couple of oceans there in between that. I suppose like you and Marvin would have about the same time, or be at the same time. Over here, we are should be around getting toward 9 o'clock. Yeah, 8:45 or 8:40. No, 54. So you're going to have a bowl of cornflakes. Yeah, I like cornflakes. Um, yeah, from time to time. The odd time I go into a hotel, they give you a little pack of what's the cereal name? Cornflake name? Kellogg's would it be? Yeah, I'm sure it's Kellogg's. Has a chicken on the box. Chicken. I come over here. I come over to this part of the world, or to Leyte, to get away from the noise down in Mactan. Because people on Mactan, like they keep these cockerels, and well, they're fighting cockerels. Noise, the racket they make from time to time. Oh, okay. I understand, Marvin. Mm. Yeah, I brought over a case of South African South African wine, rich and fruity, and it's a good job. It's not a cork, but it's a damned. These bottles are not so easy to open. Good Lord, it's so tight. Goodness, these are strapped on. Got sweaty hands. There we go. Yeah, the reason I buy this bottled wine is I'm forever losing my corkscrew. So, but to open the bottle is crazy. I bet what's his name, the idiot in Casino, he could possibly open that with his false teeth. Spit the cork out. Yeah, I remember one time I had to like this in this in this little house. I didn't have a corkscrew, so but I got screws here, and I could screw down, put one of those posi drive type screws into the cork, and get a pair of pliers and yank it out. Oh, the mess sometimes it makes, because the cork goes into all the cork little bits go into the bottle, spitting cork out. Yeah, I forgot my. Actually, where's my fly swat? Where the heck is it? Oh, there we go. It's over there. Yeah, I got this little. Well, I've had it for quite some time. It's for swatting the mosquitoes we have here, but I've damaged the I've damaged the little two forks that go into the socket to recharge the little battery here, and I'm trying to get a way to connect it to another socket, you might say. But if you notice on like the wiring here is in this little unit, and this was bought. I bought this down in Ormoc some years ago. The wiring is green and orange. Um, but the socket wiring is brown and black, and I need someone to be able to explain to me how to run or how to solder or connect the wiring to the green. I don't know where neutral. On this unit, I don't know what is neutral and which is live. There's only two wires, and at the top end of it, I got red and black. Red and black comes off the printed circuit, and then it connects up green. Oh, to the battery. I can see black goes to neutral. I would imagine. But yeah, once upon a time, I could sweep the room, get all the mosquitoes out, and obviously clean up the room. Those little bugs. Willard Pinson. Good morning, Willard. Am I familiar with you? Willard. No, I haven't come across you before. I doubt if I have. Well, no, I haven't. There's another little fucker. So, Willard, where do you fit into all of this? I'm Gary's and Stacy's friends. Okay. Oh, good to meet you, Willard. So, whereabouts do you hail from, Willard, I wonder? So, Stacy, what's the connection between you and Willard? Is it one of those things that we have in common with that fruitcake down in Casino? Yeah, GD Mead. Right, I got you. Lives in Arkansas. We never met, but good guy. Oh yeah, that's cool. I'll just burn up some smoke here to keep the mozzies away from me. I didn't I didn't buy the that little ring that we burn, to keep those little fellas away. I live in GA, Georgia. Georgia. Would that be Georgia? Yeah, I can read through the through the lines, Willard. Don't worry about the spelling. So you're in Georgia. Rainy night in Georgia. Oh, bet it's raining all over the world. Well, we don't have any rain at the moment, but it comes and goes. And it's great because, like, if it was raining, I have a corrugated roof above me, but it's I had it foam sprayed, and then I've double insulated it with uh, the foam is about 75 millimeters thick, so that's good, and it acts as a little bit of a sound barrier. But the odd dog that wanders around, and if it goes off, if it barks, it'll. I can still hear even though I got double glazing on, I could still hear the dog bark. And the reason I got all of that done was just to basically try to soundproof this room. There's only two rooms. There's a bathroom which I'm working on behind me, and this room. But it keeps the noise down a little bit. I never hear any. I could, the odd time I might hear an airplane overhead. The odd time, where it's coming from or going to, I'm clueless. The only place I can think of is Tacloban. There is an airport there. Hmm. Robert has come in. Intimate. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Robert, where exactly are you? I think you're way north of me. Or north. Would that be that? Yeah, I think you'd be northwest of me. I'm on Leyte at the moment. Kananga Leyte, which is about, if I was doing it in my car, it's about 1 hour. It's about a 1 hour from where I am at the moment down into Ormoc City, and then that's where I usually take the ferry back to Mactan. Mm. But I like the sound of rain, especially when I'm at nighttime. If I want to sleep, it actually puts me to sleep. I love the sound of rain. You could say it reminds me of could it reminds me of Blighty. But having spent more than 30 odd years in Japan, they're having a bad time at the moment. Um, yeah, they've been hit with a massive typhoon. A lot of people were evacuated. Same thing here happens on this island, like Leyte. But I'm on the western side of Leyte. I'm not. No, no, sorry. I'm on the eastern side of Leyte. So if a typhoon is coming in, it's anything over that side. Oh my goodness, it does cause a lot of devastation. And but I think I'm pretty safe here on this mountainside. There's no chance of a slide. Well, haha, I take that back. There's always a chance of a slide somewhere. Robert, I, lo- I love your sense of humor and the words like yeah, I love it. you can certainly string a you can certainly string a sentence together. Stacy, we're talking to Robert. I know he. I know. Yeah. Anyway, how long have I known Robert? I've never met Robert, but Robert is my goodness. Must be nigh on 4 years, maybe more. There's a few mosquitoes in the room, Robert. So I'm trying to smoke them out or keep them away from me. Yeah, I was wondering about like Gary. 'Cause Gary can pull in a big crowd on in the comments. That keeps him occupied. Yeah, Bill is a mystery. I tried to find him when I was over in London. Complete mystery the way he disappeared off the planet. Yeah, for a while there, I was looking out for the obituaries in some of the London and the surrounding area newspapers, online newspapers. Um, I was looking for. I don't have a family name, so I was looking for a William or a Bill well, I'm sure he wouldn't call himself Wild Bill if anything did happen. Nah, complete mystery. Hmm. Wild Bill was he was he told one he told well he told everyone once upon a time that he was from he was born in Northern Ireland, and I know the people in that part of the world, they can have dual citizenship. They can be they can have be Irish, have an Irish passport and a British passport. So yeah, he put out a video. He put out a video one time. I was able to track it down on Street View. I knew exactly. He did a video of Dublin. He did a video on Dublin, and I was able to pick out um, using Google Images, focusing on focusing on a street, put it up on Google Image, and I was able through Street View to land on the area where he was making his video at the time. Well, we're talking 5 years ago. Must be 5 years. Yeah. So he must have had some connection with Ireland. Although Northern Ireland, I would imagine he was perhaps Belfast. Yeah, maybe. Question mark. Mm. I'll, Robert, I'd have to, I'll have to, I've got this room I built. It's got one, two, it's got, how can I say? It's got two main long windows, and there's no curtains obviously because I'm still working here. The amount of dust, but then I built an extended part to it, which is a porch where people can come in, wipe their feet, take their shoes off, and just step into what I will eventually will be a living. What do they call it? A bed sit. Yeah, it'll be a bed sitting room. I intend to put a bed. I've got a bed on the floor down there. I'm not going to show that at the moment. It's a sleeping bag on one of those air cushion things, mattress that I use. Obviously, I need a good night's rest, but it's a it's a sleeping bag on an air cushion, a sleeping a mattress, an air mattress. Yeah, that's it. But an awning, that an awning. I can only visualize if I was to put awnings here, it would have to be one, two. I don't know. I wouldn't put. There's another two windows on the porch, and then there's the double doors going out. I wouldn't put a porch on that. But what I was able to do was the rainwater at the. I was able to put a water collection into. I've got two drums, two water bins. I'm stuck for word. I'm not very articulated with building material, but yeah, the gut ring and the piping goes into the drum, and then I can take a feed off of that. Um, and that would go into the tower. It's pumped up into a tower, and then I have a water filter system that will I can use for shower. Uh, yeah, shower, and then there's an outside washing machine there. Not washing machine, clothing washer machine. Fuck, whatever you call it. But and awnings on this place would I don't think it would work. And from time to time, that wind that we get from time to time, I'm sure that would be they would blow away. You'd get an up, and well, you probably like it's like well, uh, what do they call that wind? Like a vortex wind comes up underneath the awning and blow it away like a parachute. It's the only way I can put it. I'm stuck for words here, or not stuck for words, but I can't articulate my. I can't put it into words. Well, what I think might happen if I was to put an awning up. We got five watching at the moment, so that's quite good company for me at the moment. Yeah. Sundays I don't work. Well, I did a little bit this morning, but I didn't. There's not much to brag about. It's I had a few beers last night and get up. It was a lazy morning. Get out of bed, make some coffee, sit down, look at the work the work in front of me, like the physical work in front of me, and then trying to do a bit. Like the heat, sometimes it's sweltering heat here, and I just don't have the energy. But I put it back and keep saying, oh yeah, I've got the rest of my life to finish it. That's the attitude. But I think I put it out maybe a year ago that I was looking to uh, move back to London and bring my family with me. My wife is not keen, and she's the influencer with my children. I ask them from time to time, fancy going to London? They say yeah. And if I say let's go now, they say no. I think they listen to their mother quite often. Yeah, mom doesn't want to. She doesn't want to move. I'd love to get back and have some steak and kidney pie from time to time. I often miss the London taste. The cretinous coward. I love that. The cretinous. Oh, that's a great acronym. That the CCC. Oh, good lord! What did he do this time? Right. What did he put out? I think he claimed. Surprise! Surprise! He did a Cilla Black, did he? I think. Yeah, I remember the numbers there. He said he bought it for 5, and then he found something that's going to put another 2 to the value of that wreck he's got. And then the follow-up video, he was drunk. He was rambling away with. He was like, well, I watched his, and then I switched over to Stacy. Stacy was putting something out about a fishing pole, and the coward was putting out something about getting a basket full of fish in. And I don't know whether this is, I don't know what relation it has. Has it something to do with Brian's harvesting his tilapia? Amazing. Let's have a read of the full comment here. We're having a dig at the cretinous today, where he claims, surprise, surprise, he had found an awning in that antique. Now he can double its capacity. Right. Yeah, well, I understand what that's about. It's a 2-wheel, that piece of shit that he bought. Or I don't believe he bought it. I think that was a piece of scrap that he picked up. And I can't. If I stayed in a caravan many years ago, and it had a porta potty outside. Yeah, they had this. I think it was kind of a no, it wouldn't be a shower curtain. It was a kind of a tent, and you put a porta potty into it, and I I don't know where the sewage. I don't know how the sewage was disposed of. That at the time, but if I look at what he's doing, if he found an awning, and, and he wants to increase the capacity, there's only room for. You could get. I suppose you could, if you put a bed down, you could get a couple in there. But all you could do is make a coffee. You could make a coffee, I suppose, and but yeah, bathroom facilities are a mystery. The British Museum want it back. I wonder which museum. been to quite a few museums in London. The last one I went to was North London. The Royal Air Force. They have some of their flying machines all parked up there. Yeah, biplanes, I remember. And yeah, there was a triplane, one with three wings. And of course their World War II model of oh my goodness. Oh, there was a Spitfire. No, was it a Spitfire? Maybe Robert will help me out. Now I understand that joke, Robert, about the fertilizer. Yeah, I've got, talking about fertilizer. I I did bump into a guy that was doing. He was a German that was doing biochar, and the biochar for fertilizer came from chicken manure. Yeah, and they were able to turn chicken manure into fertilizer, and well, B and Q. I think he had a contract with a company. It was a homes. It was kind of a Walmart type place, Costco or something. I think it was called B and Q. He was able to sell. He was able to get. He got a contract to supply that particular business with. He called it biochar. Basically, chicken manure, chicken shit. Mm. Ah, Hendon. Yes, it was Hendon. Hendon, northwest London. Hendon, almost on the outskirts of London. Yeah, Hendon, and also they Hendon had a Hendon, or was it Chiswick? Chiswick had a skid pan for bus drivers. I think it was Chiswick. Yeah, I went to the skid pan, I remember, and I think a few days after that I went to Hendon. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hendon. My goodness. Hendon. What was King Hendon? Yeah. Uh, I know exactly where you. If I was from Hampstead, well, from Hampstead Heath to Hendon. Yeah, I remember the road a little bit. I'm sure like there must have been upgrades and changes. Swiss Swiss Cottage, Swiss Cottage, Swiss Cottage. He no, Swiss Cottage to Kings Kingsbury. Oh, I've forgotten it. But yeah, I think I remember that road. Yeah. Police College at Oh no, I didn't know about that one. Police College in Hendon as well. No, no, no. The Duckford near. Best one is Duckford near Cambridge. Cambridge. No, I wouldn't. Would that Duxford Cambridge? Would that be something to do with aviation in relation to Hendon? Mm, no, that doesn't. Duxford doesn't ring a bell with me. Never even. That's the first time I've heard of it. No. Mm, no, Oxford. No, Cambridge. Cambridge is Cambridge from A10 is coming into my when I think about Cambridge from I think Enfield. And Enfield, the what my memory, Enfield and the I think that was something to do with ammunition or the it was a rifle. A rifle was in manufactured possibly there, and they named the rifle. They named the rifle after an Enfield rifle. Does that make sense? Possibly. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe my memory's all scrambled. Is by the M11. 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 What's is is it the M5 that or the M25 that is around goes around the part or perhaps the whole of London? But the M11. No, I'm lost. There's no landmarks that come into my mind here. But what there is a land. I do have a memory of this ginormous gyratory system where there was a roundabout, and you could actually no. I think there was one big roundabout, and it had these little satellite roundabouts around a big roundabout, and you could drive into one of the smaller roundabouts and turn right. That's we're talking about driving on the left-hand side of London or England. Yeah. So you drove onto the little roundabout. You could turn right, and you could turn right onto one of these little fellows, and then turn left onto the major, the bigger roundabout. But I think they called it a gyratory system. Not sure. I'm trying. It's been so many years since I've even been. When we're talking about Hendon, that would be to the north of London, north west of London. Mm. But and then But northwest of London from Hendon, you went on to Barnet, I'm sure. Barnet. But then you'd have to come back. You'd have to come back to Golders Golders Green. Perhaps come back to Golders Green. I'm completely confused here. The major, I think Cambridge. I wouldn't. It'll probably come back to me if I was there, but I just can't. M25 is the road around. Ah, yes, and then the M11 takes to Cambridge. Right, goes to Cambridge via Epping Forest, Harlow. Ah, now you've put me right. My goodness, you have a memory, Robert. How long have you been away? Yeah, that makes sense to me. And those Epping Forest, Harlow, not Harrow. Harrow's the other way. Harlow, yeah, and then Stansted, and then that would be the airport, wouldn't it? The airport road, Stansted out to yeah, that would be the airport. Would I be right? Wrong? Yep. My goodness. Oh, yeah. It's nice to have the memories, but I really don't miss London. I like London, but I don't really miss it. I was talking to a chap here, not here, over on Mountain. I had a beer there about last Wednesday, I think. His name was Paul Swords. He's British, and I was having a little chat about we were reminiscing a little bit where we came from, and some of the stuff he was saying, I could make little connections, but he was way north of Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes. Would that be on the Harlow Road? I wonder. So you had family in Essex and Cambridge. Ah, okay. All right. Essex. The Earl of Essex. Yeah, I think I was in that pub. The Earl of Essex. The Cambridge. Yeah, Cambridge. Cambridge. Yeah, I can see. I can now see the college. Um, yeah, I can see the college, but where the college is, I can't remember. And antique antique shops come to mind about Cambridge. Yeah, these antique curio shops. That comes to mind. Mm. Ah, okay. Milton Keynes off the M1 near Northampton and on to Leeds. My goodness, you have a memory. Milton Keynes, That's where they have those four concrete cows in a field. I wonder is I wonder would Bill be down that way? No, he wouldn't be. No, Northampton. Northampton was, I think that was an area for the shoe. Would that be the shoe industry? Yeah, they had some shoe manufacturing. I'm sure it was Northampton. Northampton, yeah. Yeah, Leeds. I've never been to Leeds. Been to Manchester. Of course, I've been to Birmingham, Edinburgh, and Glasgow. I think I can get to. If I went up the M1, did you say the M1? That was the main. That was the main corridor to Scotland. Edinburgh. No, no. All that memory is kind of fuzzy. When I went to, I did go to Scotland by car, and I went to when my one of my relatives, he was a coal miner in uh, Rotherham, Yorkshire. He was a coal miner. I saw. He actually showed me his knees where it was almost like his knees were tattooed with like it was ingrained coal dust in his on his knees. Yeah, in his what's that bone down there? The patella. Yeah, Northampton used to be a shoes town, but now famed for its lift manufacturing. Cannot remember the name. Well, you mean those forklifts or elevator lifts? But anyway, yeah. So I was pretty close about the shoe business. Yeah, yeah. That Northampton and shoes rings a big bell, but I don't know about this the the other business, the elevator or lift or forklift or mm, that doesn't. But yeah, elevators. Right, elevator. Is that the right word? Elevator. I'm sure there's another word or lift. Yeah, lift. Take the lift. Take the lift. What do Americans call that? Escalator. No, escalators are stairs. Elevator. Sure, it's elevator. Yeah. Like if you talk to if we're talking with Americans and they say the first floor, and that is the first floor is the ground floor. I'm sure you'll agree. Is the ground floor, and then the first floor is on the first floor. I always have to remember like the difference when speaking to other people or non British people. Now we're on the right page, Robert. Elevators is Stacy, but yes, we do use the word lift. Lift. Yeah, I mean, but um, if my memory serves me right, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries they do elevators. Mitsubishi, yeah, Mitsubishi, yeah, no, Yamaha were motorcycle pianos. She would be, yeah, they were elevators. Yeah. Mm. Well, anyway, I'm glad you put me right. Shoes, elevators, elevator shoes. Elton John. Oh, he's from Watford. No, no, was he Watford? Or, no, Elton John had the. I think he was the owner of Watford Football Club. I'm sure of that. Yeah. Oh, we got some characters. We're coming up to uh, we're coming up to 10 p.m. That's 2200 for all the military people out there. I'm not. I'm not. I've never been a military person. No connections whatsoever. But I like to use the 24-hour clock. Right, Reg Acker, also known as Elton John, owned Watford. Yep, he did. With Graham Taylor. Now, was manager back in. Oh, okay. Graham Taylor. Graham Taylor. No, because I wasn't I wasn't, I didn't follow the Watford. I just, because like Elton was the famous guy, and the odd time he'd come up on TV and he'd be cheering on the Watford people or the Watford crowd. But mm, East Ham was the team I followed in. Well, you know where East Ham is, and there's a bit of a joke about East Ham and West Ham, and the place where I grew up, which was what happened. My God, what's happening here? Yeah, the place where I'm getting a little bit of Here, I didn't click anything here. Did I touch something? I thought that casino. Did the casino man get into my live stream? What are we talking about? Graham Taylor. Is it? Yeah. Oh, he claims to be on the north coast of New South Wales. That's well, I know the geography of Australia, and I know there's different times. They have a Brisbane time, and they have a Brisbane never doesn't change its clock to summer or winter time. Um, and why he claims to be an Australian, but we all know. Well, I like I like your description of him. The CCC, always saying he lives on the north coast of New South Wales. Hmm. Yeah, but there's so much. When I do look at his videos, but because they're so repetitious that I I scan through and then I know he's going to. He gets to a point where he's going to go siggy siggy, and I try to scan past that, uh, skip that, um, and get on to uh, because he'll always have an extra 5 minutes of it encore to what he's already put out. I get the drift when he starts off. He starts off about Brian Smith, so you wipe all of that away, and then you go on to some of the key points he's trying to make. But if he's still rattling, you move along, and even his short videos, it's the first two sentences he comes out with. I know what the subject is going to mean, so I just go straight to the siggy siggy, and that's the end of the show for him. A drunk o'clock. Hmm. Yeah. And well, to be honest, I like a little drop of wine. But I like to have a drop of wine and chat with friends. Um, yeah, wind down the weekend. Plan a few little jobs for tomorrow. Namely, I'm trying to get this bathroom finished. Well, it's not going to be a bath. It'll be a wet room. I'm not putting a shower tray or anything in there like that. I'm going to do it like uh, the way most Filipinos do it. They have they have a toilet, a WC there. What do they call it? A crumpet. Comfort room. Comfort. Where did they ever get that comfort room? Yeah, I'll just have a little. I'll have a WC in there, and then a wash hand basin somewhere I can shave from time to time. It's quite a lot of times I just never, I don't bother shaving. Um, of course, take a shower, but at the moment my shower is actually out under the invisible awning. It's a it's actually a pipe. I pick a pipe off the ground and put it on my head. Throw the pipe down, soap up, and just pick the pipe back up, and that's me. I'm done and dusted. I'm done and dusted after all the sawdust that I make in here. Mm. Yeah, it's an incredible. He drinks an incredible amount. I mean, I like. I'm not addicted, but some people would say um, I'm in denial if I say I don't drink so much because I drink a fair amount. I mean, I go to the pub. Well, it's not the pub. It's a bar. That's when I'm. Well, actually, down in Ormoc, it's called it's a cafe where you sit outside and you can have a. They bring a beer out to you on one of those little bottles. And they give you a little serviette on top of the bottle. And the reason I do that, I know, because those the tops of those bottles are all rusted. That's the reason why they give you a serviette. And but if I'm like Ormoc is about an hour's drive from here, so I normally stop off at the supermarket. I buy a crate of wine. Sometimes I buy beer, but I prefer wine because I like to barbecue a bit of meat out there, and yeah, I do my own buffalo wings. I've got my own recipe, my own taste. Um, and I'll buy some vegetables, and namely, I tried to buy spinach, broccoli, but it's all frozen. I get it from I put it into one of those cooler boxes, throw a few bags of ice on top of it, and get my meat, of course. There's no, I don't have a refrigeration here at the moment, so it's basically down to bags of ice. And then if I did have a freezer type, like we could buy here, we could buy these little bags, these little plastic bags. We fill them up with water, tie a knot in it, and chuck it in the freezer. You get little bags of ice. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Um, but I don't have that facility here at the moment. I want to get I want to get all of the machinery and the woodworking stuff, and then I could furnish this room and enjoy a bathroom. Perhaps I'll put a proper bed over there and a wardrobe. Yeah, and a dining table, perhaps like a breakfast type dining table. But I'd like to have a outside there. I'd like to have a goldfish pond. Yeah, that's how I envisage the exterior of this place, and do some potted plants, not jalapenos. It's little bushes out there. Stacy, the only time he has drunk o'clock. Dipped into the Panaber land baron for a few seconds this morning. You have to have him worried. He was laying into you, calling you names, just like the playground bully. My God, is that? We're talking about the midget down there in the end of Mindanao. Is he still playing games? Yeah, that's the way. That's the reason I like. I like this Sunday chat. I don't have to worry about any of these idiots coming in. Uh, I think they. Well, I think I'm happy they don't know about me. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to talk to you guys. Not having this that idiot and his. There's another channel out there. I think I don't know how many channels there are about uh, slagging Brian off, and these are all monetized, and these guys carry it on, and they're using Brian to feed them, to put pocket money in their little charity bar, that whatever whatever they use the money on. Um, oh, but it's pathetic how these beggars, and they are electronic beggars making a living off of slagging another person off. How low can you get? Absolutely disgusting. A disgusting way of making a living for pennies. Oh, mm. That guy down there, he's Australian, isn't he? Um, I don't have anything against Australians, but there seems to be a collective of. Well, I suppose, like in any society, there'll always be some bitch out there who's going to jump on the bandwagon, try to make money off off another person's personality. Amazing. But that cretinous clown, Robert, uh, he, I just don't have the words for him. I'd like to be able to use bad language and come up with a string of verbal diarrhea. But I'm not angry. I'm not angry enough to go down that road. But I did take on Vincent Tuff because he was getting, well, most of the time he uses, and he's British, but he's Australian British. Um, he he tried to get too close to me and my family, and I did attack him, and I became very annoyed with him, and that's why I blocked him from any time that I'm in Brian Smith's live streams. I have that Vincent Tuff blocked, so I can't see his comments, and he can't see my comments on YouTube. But he does. He tries to get around Brian. Brian mentions my name, so he knows that I'm in there, and I know he's in there because Brian answers all of the comments. Uh, but he still tries to finger and agitate me with his nonsense. So he really is a black sheep in the in the in the Gary Martin uh, community of comments. Yeah, so I stay away from that. I stay away from Vincent Tuff. He annoyed me, and I don't let him get to me anymore. I don't have anything to do with him. So that's the nice thing about having a low profile on these live streams, because I can talk to the people who matter. I like Marvin, I like Stacy, I like yourself, Robert. Um, Willard came in there for a short period. I don't know Willard, so it's kind of cozy for me to have this kind of chat, even though I'm only talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to comments. Uh, Open to Action Center. Focus assist. Don't show the app icons. What's going on there, Robert? Focus assist. Priority only. Let me use that. What's going on there? Traveled extensively over the years and gave me a South African or Scot any day over an assist of the CCC and Panama Lord Land Barentine. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of travel myself. Namely, I when I qualified and I got my certificate when I was. I'll give you a hint at the job I did in Japan. Well, I qualified at Fort William in Scotland, which took me to Santander in Spain, and I sold barbecue tickets to uh, tourists, namely British tourists, Germans. They were mostly German at that time, Santander. And I hooked up with a guy who put me onto a guy on the Isle of Wight, no, the Isle of Man. And I was able to get from the Isle of Man, put me into work. My first job was Venezuela. And Venezuela took me to New Mexico, San Antonio. From San Antonio, Austin, Texas, that took me to Seoul in Korea. Seoul in Korea took me to Osaka, Japan, and that's where I stopped. I stopped for a very, very long time. 3 lifetimes, you could say. And from I did from Osaka, I I went to Osaka, Yokohama to Fukui, over on the west, on the east side of no, the west, east side of Japan. Um, from Fukuoka back to Saitama. Saitama, uh, I knew I was coming toward the end of my uh, career of what I did, and I came across an idea which took me to the Philippines. Um, and from the Philippines, I've been dealing with a firm in Germany, and it's yeah, that's how it worked for me. I'll have to call it a night, Andy. Have an early morning vet's appointment tomorrow. Good to chat. It was great chatting, and I'm gonna end it because it's 20 past 10 here. So yep, I'm with you on that one. So good night, Robert. Good night, Stacy. And there's 3 in the chat, so I'm not including myself here. So there must be another ghost out there. So I'll say good night to the ghost. So thanks a lot, guys, and yep, I'll do this again next week if Gary's not going to fill the spot. Yep. Good night from me, and good night from my little wooden house. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.